Morning, everybody. Join us as we go to the Santa Anita Club meeting today, Memorial Weekend. All right, so here on Santa Anita Arboretum here, Memorial Day weekend. This is a Santa Anita Club meeting. We had one virtual last year, and this year we're gonna have they're having a real in-person. Let me just kind of do a quick walkthrough before everybody shows up. I'll start with the back and kind of work forward. I think it was a great spot to start, excuse me. We have a cork jade from Frankie. Look at that. Nice, thick trunk. Some flowers on those. Check those flowers out. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. You got a, looks like a Chinese elm. Jim Palin. Looks like a Prostrata from Jim Palin also. They're still setting up a little bit, so I'm a little early. It looks like a Trident Maple, no accent. Turn to the right here, or left. We got a giant one-seed juniper. Tom Vaughn, I should ask Tom about what's the difference, like species-wise, between a one-seed juniper and a California juniper. They're both desert-type plants. I know one-seeds are mostly in like Arizona. Just looking at it, it's a much finer foliage than a California. There's another big tree. The Monterey cypress. I like the whimsically look of that. That's kind of awesome. It's really big. That's like a 4 foot tree almost. Here's an awesome, looks like a Prostrata. It's great scale actually for the size. Check out this trunk structure. It's from Robert Atalante. Awesome tree. Nice composition. I'm gonna turn to the right here. Go down this middle aisle. Gary Lai looks like a grafted Shimpaku. Nice dead wood. Nice live vein. Really unique accent plant. Rain tree, Brazilian rain tree from Gary Lai. Something's kind of interesting about Brazilian rain trees. Once they're indoors, the leaves actually closes. These compound leaves actually close up. They look like they're kind of dried out, withering, but that's just kind of the nature of the beast. There's another Frankie port or cork jade forest. Kind of unusual to see that, especially the really straight trunks. Here's a needle juniper, or a variety of Tosho probably. Look at that trunk line. I wonder if it's not grafted. If it is, that'd be pretty awesome on its own rootstock. Really well done. Here's a twisted pomegranate. I think it's from Manuel Dion. Awesome pot. Almost like that broom style. Here's something you don't see very often. It is a coral tree. I actually have one. They're not very easily to manicure and try to pad out, but they're a really cool tree, you know, for a tropical tree. There's a really old Chinese elm from Steve Riley. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive tree. Here's another tree from Steve Riley. It looks like a San Jose. It's a cascade. The foliage looks a little off. Honestly, I don't know. The foliage looks more like a needle juniper. Wonder if it's juniper foliage. We go down the second middle aisle here. There's a Shampaku from Marvin. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. Look at that paddage. Someone spent some time doing this. Absolutely beautiful. Color is absolutely spot on. Really healthy. Here's an olive from Gonzalo. I kind of like these olives where they're just built off that turtle back or that burl, and they kind of go straight from there. It's a really big femina. Kind of like with these feminas, hard to come by, especially getting that root flare at the bottom. Absolutely beautiful straight trunk. It's pretty good. There's a Kishu Shimpaku from Jim Barrett. Pot's really cool looking. Really matches the trunk line. I wonder if we can straighten this trunk out, make it a little more Bunjin style. It'd be kind of interesting. You turn to the left. Last, that middle aisle here is a collection of Shohin. Dave Miles. You get a close up of some of these trees. Shohin is actually pretty hard to display just because you need that variety of trees. Sometimes you don't get that, especially when you get the high quality trees, to really get that display. Like when you walk around, I'll be back to that tree. There's a double display here. Ficus from Emma. It looks like a oh man, I forgot the name of this one. It'll come to me later, but it's a arg. If you guys know it, please put in the comment. Here's another Mike Kelly. That should be a Chinese elm, sorry. Oh, this is an absolutely beautiful tree. This is a Korean hornbeam or Japanese hornbeam. It says Korean hornbeam. I love these things actually pad themselves out. They're really, once you got them in a nice state, they're easy to take care of. They really ramify themselves. But actually, beautiful composition. Of course, we've got some vendors over here on the right side. I think this is the Peter and Peter show, but here is, go for it. Go. Here's a, let me cop up the composition really quick. It's a 5-point display. Usually a conifer on the very top. That should be a hornbeam of some sort. Usually Korean probably. That looks like a Catlin elm with a really small leafage. A Tosho on top. It looks like an Indian hawthorn and a Virginia creeper as his accent. There's a formal, this should be a 7-point display. Again, with a coniferous plant on the very top. You have a Boston ivy or Virginia creeper, one or the other. With the little turtles, these are kind of cool. Little turtle accents here. I usually have, oops, sorry, camera there moved a little bit. Another crane hornbeam, Japanese maple, an olive right there. Looks like a Catlin elm. And then you got a really old black pine on top. Okay, usually that one's usually a broom style. It's just stop the eye. You want the flow to go to the right. This is a whole setup. I'm not an expert on shohi, and I probably will never be. It's just because the amount of setup needed. It's actually amazing. Especially when Peter's doing this variety. This is a 6-point display. Of course, you have a that looks like a I'm blanking today. Itagawa, excuse me. A Scarifolia ficus there, blue atlas cedar on the left bottom, Shampaku on top, and then that should be a Sakova on the very top, the one on the very yellow pot. Very cool. Looks like a distant plane. I like that one. And last but not least, here's another 6-point display. Some type of creeper over here. And then you got it looks like a Pyracantha, a black pine with a exposed root. And that looks like a tamarisk. So let me look at that tamarisk, really cool. Usually these are really big tree, unwieldy. I have one. They're not very fun to play with, but they're beautiful though when they flower. Right. Of course, we got some benders over here on the right side. You can walk by them really quick. And we got Victor, of course. Potter extraordinaire. Let me go back to the front. You guys have the club sales in the very front over here. And of course they have a demo. That's it. And then the demo happening today at 1 o'clock. So I can get some words from the club president, and then I'll sign out for a couple bits here.
Hi, I'm Dave Miles. I'm the president of the Santa Anita Bonsai Society, and we're here at the Arboretum in Ayers Hall for our club's annual show. And it runs the entire Memorial Day weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and the hours are 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And we welcome anybody interested in bonsai to come down and see all the beautiful trees that we've got here today.
Awesome.
And throughout the weekend. Thank
you so much.
All right.
There you go. So you heard from Dave Miles. The Santa Anita show runs through this Memorial Day weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from about 10-4. So I'll see you guys there. If you like, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Leave a comment in the description below. Bye-bye.